Hello friends, I'm Parviz and this is our 32nd video in Android application development. So in the previous video we have talked about fragment creation, and we have said that there are two ways that you can create fragment. The first way was using XML file that you can add fragment in your main activity. It was for the last video. In this video I want to show you that how you can add fragment dynamically to your main activity. So now let's get started. I have created a new project, and let me just remove this hello world from here. Okay, so the first thing, when you want to add a fragment dynamically to your main activity, so you need to add a container to the main activity. For this, I want to add a frame layout for this. So from the layouts I need to add a frame layout, and I need to make the constraints like this. Okay, so now after this we need to create our fragments. So let me just first create my first fragment. So I want to call it football fragment, and I don't need to add these factory methods, and click on finish. Okay guys, so this is my football fragment, and I have described these codes in the previous video. You can check that. Let me open the XML file and let me just remove this text from here. And also I need to change the frame layout to constraint layout. So I have dependency error because I need to change this to it's alpha 1. I need to change this, and let me sync it again because I have this should be the same, these two. Okay guys, now they are gone, and now let me open my fragment football, and I want to change this to constraint layout. Okay, so we need to add a text view in here. First let me also give okay, no problem, I will add that. So the first I need to add a text view like this and make it constraint. And let me just give the width. I think it should be match constraint. Yeah, so in here let me change this to football fragment. Okay, the text, and let me open the project preview. Okay, so I need to give Android text alignment to the center. Also I need to give Android text size to 20 sp, Android text color to color primary, and also Android text style to the bold. So you can see that this is our football fragment. Also I need to add a button in here. Make it constraint. Okay, so this is our button, and first I need to change the ID of this. So let me call it btn open cricket fragment. So from the football fragment I'm going to open cricket fragment, and from the cricket fragment again I want to open the football fragment. Okay, so this was designed for our football fragment. Also I need to let me just give a Android background for my fragment, and not color primary, color accent. Yeah, it's good. Also if you want you can change the text color to Android color white. Yeah, now it's good. So this was first fragment. Let me create another second fragment, and this is my cricket fragment. I don't need to include these methods, and finish. Okay, this is the fragment cricket, and I'm going to just copy my design layout from my football fragment and paste it in here, so like this. And now I need to bring some change, so okay, so the first thing I need to change this to color accent, not color accent, another color primary. Yeah, and for the text view let me change this to football fragment to cricket fragment. Cricket fragment. Okay, and for the button let me change this to BTN football. And open football fragment. Okay, so now this is our two fragments. Now open your main activity. So first we need to add one of these fragments to our main activity. So I want to add my football fragment in here. So open your main activity, and in here we need to create a public static fragment manager, and I call it fragment manager. And now in your constructor we need to say fragment manager get support fragment manager, like this. Okay, so now first of all we need to check that if we have a container in our main activity layout. So if find our .id I think I have not given any ID for my container. Let me just check this. Sorry, layout activity main. I have a frame layout, but I haven't an ID. So Android ID at ID I call it container. So okay, dot container. So if it is not null, so not null. So if it's not null, then we can do our job. And also we need to check this because if we don't check this, it will fragment overlapping. So if it is not null, we are going to just return. Okay, and now we need to add our football fragment to the main activity. First we need to create a fragment transaction. So fragment transaction, fragment transaction, fragment manager dot begin transaction. And now we need to create the object of our football fragment, new football fragment, like this. And now we need to add this football. So fragment transaction dot add. First we need to add the ID of containers, so id dot container, and now we need to add our fragment, so football fragment, and this is null. And at the end you need to commit your transaction, so dot commit. Okay, so now let me just run this, that we have our first our football fragment in our main activity. Let me just run this. So now I am waiting for this. Okay guys, now you can see this is our football fragment, and we have in our main activity. So now I want, if I click on open Cricut fragment, I want to open my Cricut fragment, replace this fragment with Cricut fragment. So for this now I need to open my football fragment class, and from Java, so football fragment. Okay, now in here let me just create, sorry, my button in here. So private button, I call it btn open cric. And now I need to okay, so in here I need to create a view, so view, and now I need to return the view, so return view. Okay, so in here I need to find that btn what was in the football fragment, what's the ID, so it's btn cric. Let me copy, and so find, because we're in fragment, we need to find view by ID, or dot ID dot. So okay, now we need to set down click listener, so dot set on click listener, new on click listener. Okay, now in here we can open our second our Cricut fragment. So main activity dot fragment manager dot begin transaction dot replace. Now we can replace this. So replace, first one is the container, so r dot id dot container, and the second one is our fragment, so it's Cricut fragment, so the object of our fragment, and this is null. And at the end we need to commit dot commit. So this is the section. Let me just first run this, and I want to check this. Okay guys, now this is our project. If I click on open Cricut fragment, now you can see we have the Cricut fragment in here. Now I want to do, when I click on open football fragment, I want it should be open the football fragment for me. So for this, let me open the Cricut fragment, and in here we need to create our button. So private button, I call it btn open football. Now we need to find the ID. So for this, first we need to create view, and we need to return the view. First let me check that what was the ID of our, so in the Cricut fragment the button is btn football, and Cricut fragment view dot find view by ID or dot ID dot btn football. Okay, so now we need to set on click listener for this. Btn dot set new on click listener. Okay, now we need to add the same code in here with a little change. So let me just copy this all and paste it in here. So just I need to change this to football fragment. So new football fragments. Okay, now let me run it again. So guys, now this is my project. If I click open Cricut fragment, open football fragment, open Cricut fragment. So thank you guys, this was our fragment. If you have any question, please let me know, and for the further videos please subscribe to my channel, like and share the